This is a D4, a common camera used by many photographers. On each one of these cameras you will find an ISO button, but what is this button's main purpose? ISO is the level of sensitivity a camera has to available light. The lower the ISO, the less sensitive it is to light. The higher the ISO, the more sensitive it is to light. Each camera has an image sensor. It is responsible for gathering light and transforming it into an image. With increased sensitivity, a camera can capture images in low light without the use of flash. However, higher sensitivity adds grain and noise to a picture. Low ISO is typically used best when there is plenty of light, because it retains the most detail to have the highest image quality. In this picture, because it is bright out, low ISO was used to capture the detail of the sunflower. Low ISO is also okay to use in some dark-lit scenarios. However, you may not be able to capture everything in your shot. In this picture, the low ISO picture is much darker than the high ISO picture, but it still retained minor detail. These are some examples of low ISO pictures from Banggo's website that are low ISO because of the details in the shot, as well as the small amount of noise that can be seen within the picture. Low ISO is used best in settings where you are in a bright area, flash is not available for use, you have a smaller depth of field, and your subject isn't moving. High ISO should be used when there is not enough light for a camera to quickly capture an image in dark lit situations. An example would be when you need to get a really quick shot, such as the example on your right. These are some examples of high ISO pictures from Banggo's website that can be seen as high ISO images because of the high amount of grain that is witnessed within the picture. High ISO is best used in settings where flash isn't permitted, the surrounding area is darkly lit, when grainy effect can help give mood to a scene, and when you have a moving subject. These are some examples of the contrast between high ISO images to low ISO images. The difference can be very easily seen. This is a triangle model that shows the relationship between ISO, f-stop, and shutter speed. An example of how to read this model is if you were to raise your f-stop, this would result in a lowered ISO, resulting in more depth of field and less noise. Thank you for listening.
Created using Powtoon.